Hello tout le monde, c'est Damona, j'espère que vous allez bien. Donc aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour un nouvel épisode pardon, sur Genshin Impact. La dernière fois on avait constaté la
You
disparition.
seem tired. Would you like some tea?
Parle
I'll brew
fort.
you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
On avait découvert en fait que les chercheurs un peu comme Hypatia qui ont transcendé on va dire et qui ont trouvé un autre dieu. Ah bon? Ok. Ma connexion internet. Bref, donc du coup on les a considérés, l'Académie les considère comme fous et il les envoie dans le désert pour tout simplement s'en
Whenever you need
débarrasser.
me, I'll be there.
Et le petit là, Isaac, il avait un mec, un chercheur qui ressemblait à son grand-père qui est venu dans leur village. Attention, sortir le chat. Qui est venu du coup dans le village et... Oh, mais qu'est-ce que c'est chiant! Mon Dieu. Il est venu dans le village, il ressemblait beaucoup à son grand-père, et donc du coup, euh, il s'inquiète parce qu'il est tous les sages, enfin tous les fous, en fait, les sages fous sont partis, les chercheurs fous. Ils sont partis, une raison complètement inexpliquée, plus ou moins d'un coup aussi apparemment. Et donc du coup, on cherche à savoir qu'est-ce qu'ils sont devenus, quoi.
Here
Donc
it
voilà.
is. Take a
Ok.
look right here.
Ah, des traces de pas, ils sont partis.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Bah, Paimon, concentre-toi
Although
5
the
minutes.
traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The
Ok.
scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in that direction.
Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre est venu ici, du coup, pour
But
aller
who
les
would come
chercher?
looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
La pâtée. Alors, c'était donc ça. Ok. Donc, du coup, ils ramènent de l'encens. Donc, du coup, forcément, les chercheurs fous qui ont découvert le nouveau dieu, on va dire ça comme ça, via de l'encens, du coup, ils les appâtent avec ça. Faut que j'arrête de dire du coup, parce que c'est chiant. Ils les appâtent avec ça pour les emmener avec eux. On ne sait pas pourquoi, on ne sait pas où.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
Comme toi, Paimon, quand tu sens quelque chose d'appétissant, n'importe qui pourrait te ferrer comme un poisson.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Oui, bien sûr.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
Mhm.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Pour faire revivre le roi.
Are the rumors really true?
C'est le seul indice qu'on a. Donc en fait, oui, ils regroupent les chercheurs entre eux pour faire revivre le roi via en
Could the
fait.
disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him. Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Ok. Oh, j'ai cru qu'on est tombé dans le trou. Ça va être au-dessus. Bien évidemment. Ah, il y a un disque. Il y aurait une fée à ramener jusqu'ici. Ah, là-bas. Hop là. Donc j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi ça va, je stresse un peu parce que bah du coup arrête de dire du coup. Je vais passer à une sorte d'examen, en fait un concours d'entrée à une école, une formation. Et autrement vous dire que ça me stresse un petit peu, voilà. Et puis ça en plus avec le stage derrière. Autant vous dire que là je vais avoir un mois d'avril plutôt chargé. Et un mois de mai aussi si je suis prise à la formation. Puis après, je serai en école et en stage jusqu'au mois de février prochain. Ça va être long. Ok. C'est marrant, elles sont tellement l'opposé de l'une de l'autre. Ouais, j'avoue, il est où lui?
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Ouais, bah lui, il a l'air chelou aussi un peu. Bah écoute, il y avait des traces de pas.
So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. As far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort.
Okay.
It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Okay.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia.
Ok. Contre l'autre, il nous
Throwing all of
espionne, là.
Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
Ok.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the
Comme
locals'
si tu
trust.
savais pas te battre. Mais je suis sûre que du coup elle sait qu'on est écouté et que c'est
I
pour
need
ça
to go
qu'elle
around
dit
and
tout
ask
ça.
some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Ok. On va écouter les potins. Est-ce que je peux y aller en me TP en étant plus près? À mon avis, oui, hein, largement. Tout, tout, tout.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms?
Bah, en vrai, de l'autre côté de ce mur, c'est... Enfin, d'un côté, c'est complètement le désert et de l'autre côté, c'est ouvert,
It
donc
was
je pense
only
que oui.
after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel
Oui,
isn't
aussi.
just there to keep out the sandstorms.
La
It
frontière
serves a
est
more
faite, quoi.
important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving.
Ok.
Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
Mhm.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Il faut pas qu'elle cause des problèmes ici, ouais. Donc ouais, c'est ça, il y a vraiment... Le mur, c'est aussi un symbole, genre... Les gens qui sont de l'autre côté sont traités comme de la merde, en fait. C'est une sorte de bidonville géant, tu vois. Un peu comme, ouais, dans nos grandes villes actuelles, vous savez, genre... je pense qu'on a tous vu dans nos livres d'histoire, là, la photo avec... je crois que c'est Rio de Janeiro, où il y a d'un côté les grands immeubles avec piscine, les grands hôtels, les plages et tout. Et juste de l'autre côté d'un petit mur, hein, ouais, bah, il y a le bidonville avec des maisons faites avec des vieux bouts de bois, de la tôle... et entassées les unes sur les autres, tu sais même pas comment tout ça, ça tient. Genre, tu te dis, il y a un coup de vent, tout se barre. Et donc, c'est un peu comme ça, quoi. Donc, donc eux, en fait, le désert, c'est côté bidonville. Et le côté ville, bon, bah, c'est le côté ville, hein, ils ont tout. Ils peuvent faire à peu près tout ce qu'ils veulent, etc., etc. Et le fait que quelqu'un passe du côté désert au côté ville est extrêmement rare. Donc, donc voilà quoi, ça creuse énormément d'inégalités.
Hey, Thea. You're not
Et elle, en
thinking
fait, elle a
about
un peu
doing
envie de se
anything
venger pour tous ces
scary,
petits
are you?
mondes.
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking,
Parce
that's
que
all.
elle, du coup, j'imagine qu'elle est
Besides,
originaire du
we're here to
désert.
procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Ok. Oui, parce que du coup, Deya est un peu originaire du désert, je pense. Et elle a réussi parce qu'elle est enfin, elle réussit entre guillemets parce qu'elle est mercenaire. Donc du coup, elle se fait aussi embaucher par les mecs qui sont de l'autre côté. Donc Donc on va dire que c'est un peu en jouant sur les deux tableaux que qu'elle a réussi à s'en sortir, on va dire. Et avec la confiance de Don Yazar, du coup.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Ouais, mais tranquille, bonjour.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Ok. Alors j'ai pas trop compris pourquoi on était là, hein, genre je sais pas. Je suis pas sûre d'avoir tout compris.
Someone needs assistance.
En gros, on cherchait quelqu'un pour ramener des vivres, entre guillemets. Hop. Et donc lui, il nous propose, oui, il connaît les gaillards là qui peuvent nous aider à tirer notre charrette.
Are we there yet?
Ça sent le guet-apens.
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Mhm. Moi je dis on est tombé dans un giga piège.
Why don't you take a guess? Go
Voilà.
on. A wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Tu vas voir. C'était sûr.
Ah, what's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
Mhm.
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar, you're here too, huh?
Ouais, ceux qui nous ont suivis et
Long
écoutés.
time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Ok.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Bon allez, on va se battre.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Let's go. Ça va être facile.
Leave it all to me.
Bon, sauf pour elle, elle a deux doigts de crever, la pauvre.
Teamwork is dreamwork. I must leave no stone. The fuse is lit.
Hop, voilà. Petit combo, entre guillemets. Voilà. En plus, on a eu le temps de régène.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
Bah oui.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
Mais oui, mais tu crois vraiment qu'elle l'avait pas vu?
No
Genre.
task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Ok, donc les noms que t'as mentionnés, en fait.
You mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
Ok, le scroc barbu, c'est qui? Du coup.
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow! What a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
Bah oui, parce que bon, nous, on t'aime bien, mais pas que pour l'argent, quoi.
What makes you so sure?
Même quand vous avez pas d'employeur, vous agissez quand même. Ouais. Genre avec Donny Hazard, quoi. Bon, même si elle l'employait quand même, elle s'inquiétait grave pour elle.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery.
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone
Ouais, c'est
who's never
l'académie
done
de toute
anything
façon qui
wrong.
fout la merde. Elle leur a fait croire que l'Archon Dendro était pas avec eux
Anyway,
pour qu'ils croient au
looks
roi
like we're done with
Deshret et
business here.
que hop, ça
Traveler,
dégage,
lend me a
ça les
hand.
laisse encore
Let's
plus
tie him up
tranquilles,
and
quoi.
bring him to the village.
Comme ça, en plus, ça leur redonne aussi une autre manière de les détester et de pas vouloir venir en ville, quoi. C'est que...
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been
Ok.
guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler.
Ok.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Putain. Entre 6h et midi. Allez, par là-bas. À 8h, allez. Hop là. À 8h. Elle va les interroger. Oh merde, j'ai fait 2 tours. Putain. Ah, c'est trop chiant. Bon, c'est pas grave. Oh, mais bon, ouais, les a interrogés comme d'habitude, hein, on se sait. L'interrogatoire, pas du tout à base de « Alors, s'il te plaît », il n'y a pas vraiment de
Right on
good
time.
cop et de bad cop, quoi. Il n'y a que le bad. Alors, il y a eu des résultats?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Ok.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Allez,
Come on, let's go inside.
c'est parti. Dans quel état vont être les interrogés? Hmm. Vivant ou mort? Ah, j'aurais tellement dû faire une pause maintenant.
Candace, whoa, you look furious.
Ouh, et ben on va savoir pourquoi dans le prochain épisode. J'espère que cet épisode vous a plu. Il y a eu beaucoup de blabla encore une fois et moi j'ai pas trop tout compris. Je vous avoue. On a juste su qu'on a été espionné en fait, c'est qu'il y a toujours une énorme rivalité à base du roi des Shrettes et de l'archonte Sumeru, etc., etc. Genre, il y a une énorme rivalité entre les deux parties de Sumeru. Donc entre le désert et la partie un peu plus ville, boisée, etc. Et en fait, bah, enfin, déjà, tout est lié à l'académie, on va pas se mentir, hein. L'académie, ça a l'air d'être des bons gros connards hein, dans l'ensemble. Et, et donc, du coup, là, il y a des gens qui nous espionnent parce qu'ils savent pas trop si on est du côté de l'académie ou si on est du côté des gens, tout court. Donc, c'est compliqué. Voilà. Et puis, n'hésitez pas à mettre un petit commentaire si vous avez quoi que ce soit à dire. Et puis, abonnez-vous pour pas louper la suite tous les jeudis à 17h, comme d'hab depuis le début de la chaîne. Voilà. D'ici la prochaine fois, prenez soin de vous et de vos proches. Bye.